What is up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. My name is Jason. Last week I updated you guys on sadly trading in my Iron 883 that was converted to a 1250 kit along with a lot of other upgrades, but today is the big reveal. I wanted to show you guys what I got. I'll take you guys through the bike first, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of the backstory on, you know, what deciding factors went into picking up this bike versus other ones. All right, so without further ado, let's turn this camera around. Bam! The 2020 Lowrider S. I think this calls for a little bit of B-roll. All right, so there you have it. I got the 2020 Lowrider S. It was used, about 250 miles on the bike. You might have already seen in some of the B-roll. It already has modifications that's been done to the bike, so I'll kind of walk you through. And then I'll give you guys the story of how I got the bike. All right, so first things first, it has the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. Really nice. Love the fact that it's already on the bike, because I probably would have done the same thing. I 100% would have done the same thing. I believe this is the Moon's MC headlight. Nice that it's already got that on there. Turn signals have been modified to LEDs in the back as well. And then right over here, I believe these are also Moon's MC grips. So already has a lot going for it. Now you have the Bung King highway / crash bars right here. Super cool. My feet can actually reach here and kind of rest on it. And then moving to the side, already has an Arlen and Ness high performance air intake, I believe it's called. Not exactly sure what the model is. I've been looking around for this, but can't find the name. And then you already know, has to have an exhaust. So Two Brothers Racing 2-in-1 comp exhaust already installed on the bike for your boy. Then moving right along over here, we have the Saddleman step-up seat, which is a must for the Lowrider S. Now the Saddleman step-up seat, this one is a tuck and roll, which that was going to be my choice. So I'm really glad that Saddleman is already a tuck and roll. I don't really quite jive with the diamond stitching. I just think it's a little less comfortable, but that's just me. All right, what else does this bike have? It already has the rear pegs installed. And then I mentioned LEDs. I put this saddlebag from Torque Motorcycle Company here on day 2, right over here as well. Some bar bags. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. And then another modification I went ahead and did on day 1. I got the Kiryakin, I think they're called Riot mini floor pegs. Super comfortable. I love the fact that it has 3 little slots so that you can position the pegs anywhere you want. Really comfortable. It's my first time riding with mini floor pegs and I'm in love with it. So that is the bike. My 2020 Lowrider S. Guys, I've been talking about this bike. If you've known me, I've been talking about this bike and how this was really my dream bike for quite some time. I am so in love with this bike. I'm still getting used to riding around with it. It is bigger than the Iron 83. It's a little bit wider, it's heavier, it's got more power for sure. It's hot, I'm sweating. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I've ridden in it for maybe about 80 miles or so far. It's day 2 or 3 for me now. But yeah, I'm super excited. I will stop blabbering and we'll start the bike. Here we go. I want to have this bike in the background while I'm talking. But yeah, 2020 Lowrider S. So yeah, as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I've been talking about upgrading, and I think, you know, my time frame for the upgrade was around the end of December or so. But every now and then I'll go on Facebook Marketplace and a couple of different apps where Cycle Trader, just to see what is available. If you've been following me and you've seen some of my older videos, I've talked about how I was kind of in between a Dyna Street Bob, like a 2016, or a 2020 or higher, or 2020 or 2021 Lowrider S, a Softail Lowrider S. And I was really leaning towards the Street Bob just because the price is a little bit friendlier, you know, and maybe there was a way that I could have kept both the Iron and also picked up a Dyna Street Bob if I could find one for a good price. A few weeks ago, I saw the perfect Dyna Street Bob, had almost the same setup as this Lowrider S. I called the dealership and sure enough, they were sold, or it had already sold to a different buyer. So that really bummed me out. And I said, okay, I really think the Dyna Street Bob is kind of what I'm going for. So fast forward a few weeks from then, you know, this guy came up on my search, and it had already passed a couple of days when this was posted. And so I saw this bike and I was like, dude, I have to get this bike. So this was posted by a small mom and pop dealer out in Pennsylvania, Fayetteville. And so I called him, I tried to getting in touch with him. Nobody would pick up the phone. I messaged him on Facebook. I was like, yo, what is this bike about? I wanted to at least get some information about this bike. And he got back to me maybe like a day later. Hey, thanks for your interest in the bike, but this bike has already been spoken for. And that completely wiped my heart out. I was so upset because I was just thinking this bike would be perfect. It is perfect. And the price was what really sold me on this bike, because if you guys know anything about Lowrider S's, they are one of the hottest bikes for Harley. You cannot find them on the used market. I just think it's wild how some of the used Lowrider S's go for the same price as the new Lowrider S's. I found this one and it already had a lot of the mods that I would have personally done on it. And for the price, it was basically for the price of a brand new Lowrider. And it only has 250 miles, which I consider that pretty much brand new in my book. I was super upset that I didn't get the bike. Usually my luck doesn't work like that. So then I was like, all right, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. I'll wait a little bit longer. I wasn't really thinking about picking up a bike in this time frame. I was really thinking about later this year. So then fast forward a few days, maybe almost like a day or two later, on the weekend, I remember I was taking my kids to Target, and he called me while I was driving them to Target, and I was like, what is he calling me about? So I picked up the phone, and the guy, his name is Chuck, he said, hey, Jason, are you still interested in that 2020 Lowrider S? And I was like, yeah, but you told me that the deposit was already taken, or it was spoken for already. And the guy said, well, it just fell through. I think he was from a different state, and he would have to, trailer it and etc. He didn't want to have to deal with all that. So he was like, it just came available. You're first on my list to call. Do you want it? And within a split second, I said, yes, hell yes. So I was like, what do I need to do to make this happen? Because I'm from Maryland, you're in Pennsylvania. I can get there, maybe in a week or two. He said, you know what? If you want to send in a deposit, I'll hold the bike for you until you can figure out how to get up here. Sent him my deposit, and then the deal was done, basically. I had to wait around for a little bit for the paperwork to come through. And during that time, I was, messaging different dealers just in case. I was worried that this deal might fall through, just like for some reason it had with the other guy. Or maybe this Chuck would be shady, and like if somebody offered him a full cash offer on the bike, maybe he would take it. So I was still kind of shopping around, trying to see if I can get different prices on different bikes, street bobs, even road glides even. But in the end, man, this bike, it has like 90% of the upgrades that I would have done in year one. So that takes care of all those issues for me. Let's go take a look around the bike a little bit more. I still think it needs a few more things. I'm still searching for a saddlebag that's bigger than the Torque Mini saddlebags. I would love to get a sissy bar. You guys know for my iron, I'm all about the sissy bar. I think this bike needs a good tuner. So I picked up a Vance & Hines fuel pack tuner for this bike. Hopefully it should be coming in soon. I want to get some risers for this. I don't know how much. I'm thinking like 6.5 inches might be the way. All right, guys, I think that's it for my video. You're gonna see more videos. You're gonna see more of my Lowrider S in future videos, obviously. Maybe some installs, maybe some trips, things of that nature. But I am so excited. Thank you for following me on this journey. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna go for a little quick ride before the sun sets. But new bike day, NBD. There is no better feeling than getting a new bike, or new to me bike. But I'll catch you guys around. Signing out. Peace.